Welcome to Corvette America's 1984 to 1988 sports seat cover installation video. In this video, we will show step by step how we removed the old seat covers, the foam, and the controls from these seats and restored them with new custom seat covers, new foam, and the controls. Creating a set of reconditioned custom seats ready to be mounted in the customer's Corvette. The seats were received in this condition. The customer requested the saddle covers be replaced with our custom two-tone leather seat covers. The seat controls will be reinstalled. The tools we recommend using are side cutters, screwdrivers, hog ring pliers, a seat clip pulling tool, and a stapler. Wear proper eye protection during the installation process. A 12-volt power supply and heat gun will also be used for this installation. The first step is to detach the seat bottom from the seat bucket. Then unplug each control to remove the seat bottom. Use a heat gun to warm the connector and separate the lumbar bladder hoses. Be careful not to melt the plastic. These lumbar hoses only install into the connector one way. Now remove the old seat bottom covers and foam. Next, remove the hog rings from the seat back. Remove the hog rings from the pull tabs. Then carefully remove the old seat covers and staples from the seat bucket. Next, detach the seat back from the bucket by disengaging the wires from the 4 seat wire retainers. Unplug the bolster motor connector. Then remove the old seat back covers and foam. Now remove the lumbar hoses. Remove the hog rings that hold the lower seatback wire to the foam. Save this wire, it will be reinstalled. Continue removing hog rings from the seat back and check the condition of the lumbar bladder. The lumbar bladders on these seats will be replaced. Now remove the seat controls from the seat bottom. Take note of which control bracket goes with each control. These controls will be reinstalled. Here are the disassembled seats. We test the controls to make sure they're working properly. This jumper wire connector was taken from an '84 Corvette. These seats needed a new pump rebuild kit. The bolsters and seatback controls were working properly. Usually the diaphragm on these pumps becomes detached. It will be replaced with one of our new pump rebuild kits. Use the black loom from the old pump to wrap the new wires and hoses. Then screw the pump into the seat bucket. New seat foam is highly recommended. Corvette America manufactures seat foam for 1959 and later model year Corvettes. Cut the seat foam just inside the bolster wire. Install the wires from the old lumbar bladder into the new one and push the hoses through the seat foam. Be sure the hoses are on the inside of the bolster wire. Use hog rings to attach the new lumbar bladder to the seat foam. Corvette America manufactures seat covers for 1959 and later model year Corvettes. The customer requested our custom two-tone leather seat covers for this set. These covers are made from our high-quality leather. We can manufacture custom seat covers in many different colors and material combinations for most model years. We install our seat covers with the original style clips, hog rings, and wires. We don't use cable ties, string, glue, or any other non-factory methods. We also offer seat cover installation kits. These kits include all the hooks, wires, clips, and hog rings needed to install your new seat covers. The first step is to cut the gray listings and insert the proper length wires. Be careful not to cut the stitching. Place the seat cover back onto the foam and use hog rings to fasten the cover to the foam. Make sure the hog rings go around the wire inside the listing and the foam. Use 3 hog rings to fasten each seat cover wire to the wire in the foam. Make sure the cover is centered on the foam. Continue to fasten the cover to the foam with hog rings. Now insert the wires along the sides of the seat back. Fasten the bottom seat cover wire to the foam with hog rings. Trim the foam under the headrest and carefully wrap the cover around the foam. Fasten the upper listing to the foam with hog rings. Now fasten the side wires inside the bolster to the foam. Use 4 hog rings to fasten each wire on the sides of the seat back. Continue to fasten the cover to the foam with hog rings. Now reinstall the seatback wire to the foam with hog rings. Use 2 zip ties on the lumbar hoses. Trim the foam on the back of the headrest to show the wire in the foam. Now place the seat back into the bucket. Connect the bolster motor plug and install the lumbar hoses. Push the foam over the bolster. Use a screwdriver to help install the headrest wires into the seat bucket clips. Align the bolster cover and use 2 or 3 staples to help establish the proper placement. Carefully wrap the bolster over the foam and make sure it's in the proper position. Once properly located, roll it off the foam and finish fastening with more staples. Now wrap the bolster cover back over the foam and insert the proper length wire. Use hog rings to fasten the bolster to the wire that's embedded in the foam. Now repeat these steps on the other bolster cover. After both bolsters have been installed, fasten the pull tabs onto the foam with hog rings. Here is the finished reconditioned seat pack. The first step to installing the new seat cover bottoms is to insert the proper length wires into the listings. Locate the midpoint of the listings and install one clip. Then install the other two clips, one on each side. Then pull the clips through the listings. Make sure the clips go around the wire inside the listing. Now, place the seat cover bottom on the foam and poke holes in the foam for the clips. Use the seat clip pulling tool to fasten the clips onto the wire. Make sure the cover is centered on the foam and fasten the back of the cover onto the foam. Now insert the other listing into the foam and poke holes for the clips. Again, use the seat clip pulling tool to fasten the clips onto the wire. Carefully roll the cover around the foam and fasten it to the foam with hog rings. Make sure the bolsters are in the proper position and fasten them onto the foam with hog rings. Now trim the foam for the seat controls. Align the controls bracket into the foam and trim any foam as needed for a proper fit. Then, carefully roll the bolster over the foam and smooth out any wrinkles. Use hog rings to fasten the bolster onto the foam. Trim the foam for the other controls as needed for a proper fit. Then carefully roll the other bolster over the foam and smooth out any wrinkles. Again, use hog rings to fasten this bolster onto the foam. Smooth out any wrinkles. Any wrinkles that remain will be removed during the heat gun process. Carefully cut the seat cover for the controls. Align the bezel and make very small cuts for the bezel to fit properly. Use contact cement to glue the cover to the bracket. Again, make small cuts as needed in the cover for the bezel to fit properly. Now install the controls into the foam, push them into place, and attach the bezel with the screws. These control installation steps can be eliminated if you don't want the controls on your seats. This customer requested the original controls and bezels be reinstalled. Now carefully cut the cover for the other seat controls. Make very small cuts as before for the bezel to fit properly. Again, use contact cement to glue the cover to the bracket. Again, install the controls into the foam and make any necessary cuts in the cover for a proper fit. Be careful not to cut the stitching. Now fasten the bezel to the controls. After the bezels have been installed, carefully squeeze the bolsters and control brackets as needed for a proper fit. Then use hog rings to fasten the listings around the control wires onto the foam. Here is the finished reconditioned seat bottom. Now place the seat bottom into the seat bucket and connect the wires and hoses. We use a jumper wire connector taken from an '84 Corvette to test the controls and make sure they're working properly. Use a heat gun or hair dryer to remove the wrinkles in the leather. Be careful not to burn the leather or the welt cord. Now fasten the seat bottom wire onto the seat bucket. The power supply connector can now be easily installed. We hope this video helps you with the installation of your new Corvette America seat covers. You may take advantage of our seat cover installation service if you prefer, and let our team of in-house professionals do the installation for you. Call one of our sales reps for details. We can also manufacture custom seat covers in many different colors and material combinations for most model years. So, what came to Corvette America as a worn-out set of seats will leave with brand new seat covers and seat foam ready for installation. Corvette America, quality to the finest detail. Thanks for watching and enjoy your Corvette.